On New Year's Eve, not everyone's waiting for the party. Some are waiting for someone else. If you stay home alone, if you don't answer the door, and think nothing will happen, remember, at midnight, New Year doesn't arrive. It comes to take someone. People say New Year's Eve is about fresh starts, new chances, new life. That's bullshit. Sometimes, it's about something ending. My name's Ethan Miller. I'm 19. And this happened last New Year's Eve. December 31st, around 9:40 p.m. My parents were gone. They drove to my aunt's place in Jersey. Crowded house, too loud, too fake. I stayed home, said I had exams. Truth is, I just wanted peace. Big mistake. The house was quiet. Too quiet. TV was on. Some lame New Year's show. People screaming, laughing, pretending to be happy. I was scrolling my phone. TikTok, Instagram, same crap. Outside, fireworks were already popping. Not midnight yet, just people who couldn't wait. I checked the time, 9:57 p.m., still hours to go. Around 10 to 12, I heard something, a sound that didn't belong. Pause. A knock, not loud, not soft. 3 slow hits on the front door. Knock, knock, knock. I froze. Nobody comes to our house unannounced. Ever. I muted the TV. Silence. I waited. Nothing. Then my phone buzzed. A message from my friend Jake. "Yo bro, you alive? Party at Mike's is wild if." I typed back. "Chillin' at home. Kinda bored." Before he replied, knock, knock, knock. Again. Same rhythm. My heart started racing. I stood up, walked to the hallway. Every step felt wrong, like the house was watching me. I looked through the peephole. Pause, lower voice. There was no one there. Empty porch, snow, wind. I laughed. Nervous laugh. "Dude, get it together," I whispered. Probably kids messing around, or my brain messing with me. I went back to the couch. 10:47 p.m. Another message from Jake. "Ethan, swear I saw someone that looked just like you outside." I stared at the screen. Typed. "Not funny." He replied almost instantly. "Dead serious, bro. Hoodie. Same walk." I felt a chill. I locked my phone. Then, the doorbell rang. Not a knock this time. A long ring. Beep. I didn't move. The bell stopped. 5 seconds passed. Then, beep. Longer. Angrier. I slowly stood up. My legs felt weak. I walked to the door. Again. Peephole. Long pause. This time, someone was there. A man. Tall. Wearing a dark jacket, head down. I couldn't see his face. "Who is it?" I asked. My voice cracked. The man didn't answer. He lifted his head and smiled. But the smile was wrong. Too wide. Too still. He leaned closer to the door and whispered, "See you at midnight, Ethan." The lights flickered. The TV shut off. My phone buzzed in my hand. Unknown number. One message. "Wonastruchak is closer than you think." Very quiet. I stepped back from the door, and that's when I realized the countdown had already started. I didn't sleep that night. Not even close. After the message, after the lights flickered, I stood in the middle of the hallway like an idiot, listening, waiting. Nothing. The house felt wrong, like it wasn't mine anymore. I checked my phone. 11:02 p.m., almost midnight. Too fast. I texted Jake. "Bro, someone's outside my house." No reply. I called him. Straight to voicemail. I locked the front door, checked the back door. Locked. Windows. Locked. I even locked my bedroom door. Yeah, I know. Dumb. Like a wooden door would save me. I sat on my bed, phone in hand, refreshing messages like crazy. Instagram loaded. New story. From Jake. The video was shaky. Loud music. People yelling. Then the camera turned toward the window. Outside, snow falling. and someone standing under a streetlight, a guy in a dark jacket, head down. My stomach dropped. The camera zoomed in. The guy lifted his head and looked straight into the camera. It was me. My face, my eyes, my smile, but wrong. Dead. The video cut off. The timestamp, 11:11 p.m. I threw the phone on the bed. Nope, nope, nope! This had to be fake. Some sick joke. Jake wouldn't do this. He's not that messed up. Right? Then, tap on my window. I froze, slowly turned my head. Second floor, no balcony. Another tap. I stood up. My hands were shaking. I pulled the curtain just a little. Pause. Nothing. Snow. Streetlight. Trees. I let out a breath. Tap. Tap. Right behind me. I spun around. The window was open. Cold air rushing in, and footprints. Wet footprints. Leading from the window to the middle of my room. Someone whispered my name. Soft. Close. Ethan. I ran. Straight out of the room. Down the hallway. Almost slipped on the stairs. I grabbed a kitchen knife. Yeah, like that'd help. The TV turned on by itself. Loud. The countdown channel. A digital clock on screen. We were at 17:43. 17 minutes left. And then, I saw him. Standing in the living room. The man from the door. Same jacket. Same smile. "Who the hell are you?" I yelled. My voice sounded weak. He tilted his head. Slow. Careful. "You already know," he said. He stepped closer. Every step, the lights dimmed. "I wait every year for people like you." "People like me?" I asked. He smiled wider. "The ones who stay alone. The ones who don't celebrate. The ones who don't belong anywhere." My phone buzzed in my pocket. I looked down. Another message. From my own number. "You won't make it past midnight." I looked back up. The man was gone. The front door was wide open, snow blowing inside, and carved into the doorframe. One word. Ready. Very quiet. The clock kept ticking, and I realized something terrifying. He wasn't here to kill me. He was here to replace me. They lie to us. Midnight isn't a moment. It isn't a second. It isn't when the clock hits 0. Midnight is a door. The front door was still open. Cold air filled the house. Snowflakes melted on the floor. The word, "ready?" cut deep into the wood. I slammed the door shut, locked it. My hands wouldn't stop shaking. The TV kept counting down. 1:14:09, 14 minutes. Too much time to think, not enough time to run. I backed into the kitchen, knife still in my hand. I checked my phone. No signal, no Wi-Fi, no bars, but notifications kept popping up. Instagram, a new account. Username, Ethan Striosord. Profile picture, me, smiling. A live video started automatically. I didn't touch anything. The screen showed my house, from outside. The camera moved, walking up the porch, stopping at the front door. Then the camera turned, and I saw myself, standing inside, holding a knife, watching the screen. I dropped the phone. It shattered on the floor. The live kept playing, even with the screen cracked. Something laughed, behind me. I turned slowly. The man was back, sitting at the dining table, like he owned the place, hands folded. Patient. "You don't get it yet," he said calmly. "This only works if you're aware." "Get the hell out of my house," I whispered. He stood up, and for the first time, his shadow moved wrong, too long, too sharp. "Every year," he said, "someone stays alone. Someone waits for nothing, and something waits for them." He stepped closer. I smelled cold, old air, like an open grave in winter. "What happens at midnight?" I asked. He smiled. Not wide this time, sad. That depends on who's still here. The TV volume increased by itself. 10, 9, 8. I covered my ears. The walls began to shake. Photos fell from the shelves. Suddenly, a knock from inside the house, from upstairs. My blood froze. "That's not me," I said. The man's smile disappeared. "Then you're late." Heavy footsteps above us, slow, confident, coming down the stairs. The countdown echoed everywhere. 7, 6. I looked up and saw someone gripping the railing. A hand. My hand. He stepped into the light. Another Ethan, but cleaner, calmer, smiling normally. He looked at me like I was the copy. "Relax," he said. "I'll take it from here." 5, 4. The man backed away, fading, like smoke. "Only one of you can cross," he whispered. The other. Ethan stepped closer. I felt weak, heavy, like I was sinking into the floor. 3, 2. He leaned close and whispered, "Thanks for waiting for me." 1. Everything went black. Very soft. When I opened my eyes, the house was quiet. Morning light through the window. January 1st. My phone buzzed. Perfect screen. Full signal. A message from Mom. "Happy New Year, honey. We'll be home soon." I sat up, heart pounding. Maybe it was over. Maybe I was safe. Then I walked past the mirror and saw him, smiling, behind my eyes. I smiled, and that's when I knew. I didn't mean to. It just happened. Like my face remembered something my mind didn't. The house looked normal. Morning light. Silent TV. No snow inside. No word carved into the door. No knife on the floor. Just me, standing there, smiling. I rushed to the bathroom, turned on the light, stared into the mirror. Same face, same scar on my eyebrow, same eyes. But the smile, it stayed, even when I tried to stop it. I pulled my lips down with my fingers. The smile snapped back, like elastic. "Easy," a voice said inside my head. "People notice stuff like that." I stepped back. "You're not real," I whispered. The voice chuckled. "That's funny. You said the same thing about me." Memories hit me. Not mine. Someone else's. A girl laughing at a party. A red cup. Jake shouting my name. Fireworks in the distance. Memories of being wanted, included, loved. Things I never had. My knees buckled. "You took my place?" I said. "No," the voice answered. "You gave it to me." The front door opened. My parents walked in. Mom smiled. Dad looked tired. Normal. Perfect. "There you are," Mom said. "Did you sleep okay?" I nodded. The smile stayed. Dad frowned for a second. Just a second. Like he noticed something off. Then it passed. 4 rules began forming in my head. Not words, instincts. Rule 1. Never be alone at midnight again. Rule 2. Smile when spoken to. Rule 3. If someone asks how you feel, say, "I'm good." Always. I went to my room, sat on the bed, checked my phone. New notification. From Theo Ethan on 0. One message. "First year is the hardest," I typed back. "What am I now?" The reply came instantly. A place. The mirror across the room shimmered. Not glass anymore. Depth. Like a hallway. I saw him there, the real Ethan, pressed against the other side. Pale, terrified, mouth open, screaming. But no sound came out. I stepped closer. My reflection smiled wider. "You don't disappear," the voice said gently. "You just make room." I touched the mirror. Cold, solid, unbreakable. Outside, fireworks exploded. January 1st, people cheering, celebrating, moving on. "Next year," the voice whispered, "someone else will stay home." I turned away from the mirror, sat on my bed, picked up my phone, opened Instagram, posted a story. New year, new me. Very quiet. The smile never left. And somewhere deep inside me, someone kept knocking. The knocking never stopped. It didn't get louder, didn't get closer. It just stayed, like a heartbeat that wasn't mine. Days passed. January turned normal. School, messages, people. I played my part. Smiled, answered questions, laughed at the right moments. No one suspected a thing. That was the point. Jake hugged me at school. "Dude, you dipped early New Year's," he said. "You good now?" I nodded. "I'm good." The words came easy. Too easy. At night, the mirror waited. I avoided it. But reflections are everywhere. Windows, phone screens, dark monitors. And sometimes, I saw him. The real Ethan. Watching. Learning. That's when I understood. This wasn't possession. It was preparation. The voice came back one evening. Calm. Proud. "You're doing great," it said. "Most don't last this long." "How many?" I asked. A pause. Enough. Memories shifted. My old ones faded. The painful ones. Loneliness. Being invisible. They dissolved. Replaced by warmth. Belonging. Lies that felt better than truth. "Why me?" I asked. The answer was simple. "You waited. You stayed. You made space." On December 30th, 1 year later, I felt it. The pull. Midnight approaching again. The rules returned. Clearer now. Rule 4. You don't leave the house on New Year's Eve. Rule 5. You answer the door when it's time. At 11:58 p.m., I stood in the hallway, calm, ready. The doorbell rang. 3 slow chimes. I opened the door. A boy stood there, maybe 18, phone in hand, eyes tired, hope already cracked. "Hey," he said awkwardly. Sorry, wrong house." He turned to leave. I smiled, warm, friendly, the perfect smile. "Hey," I said, "you don't have to be alone tonight." He hesitated, checked his phone. 11:59, fireworks starting. He sighed. "Okay." The door closed behind him. The countdown echoed from the TV. 10, 9. The mirror in the hallway shimmered, opened, waiting. The boy looked around. "Nice place," he said. I nodded. "Thanks." 3, 2, 1. Midnight. The mirror pulled him in, not violently, gently, like an invitation. He screamed, once, then silence. The house exhaled, satisfied. I checked my phone, a new notification, from Fuwaith and Sjora. "Happy New Year?" I looked in the mirror. My reflection smiled back, real, whole, very quiet. People think New Year's Eve is about beginnings. They're wrong. It's about room, and someone always stays home to wait. The end. If you want more, don't stay home alone next year. Hit that like, smash subscribe, and stay safe. Because at midnight, you never know who's waiting.